Hey guys, welcome to the Atoms Creating Station. What you guys are going to be doing today are three things at this station. One, you're going to be watching this video, and then as we watch the video, you're actually going to be creating a model of the video. So if you haven't already gotten your wooden block and your cup of marbles, go ahead and do that right now. When you're done with that, just watch the rest of the video and I'll talk you through what to build with your model. So first off, one of the things that you need to know about atoms is that they are round like a sphere. You may have seen this picture somewhere before. This picture is showing how the atom is actually a three-dimensional object. What it's showing is this nucleus in the center and the electrons that are actually moving around the nucleus. And these electrons are moving so fast that you actually can't see them. They just look like a blur or a cloud. So oftentimes we refer to this as the electron cloud. Here's a quick review of the atomic structure. A lot of these things you already know, but if we looked at the very center of the atom, we know that the center of the atom is called the nucleus. Now, if we could expand that view of the nucleus, we would see that the nucleus is actually a clump or cluster of subatomic particles that we know are called the protons and the neutrons. Then around the nucleus are orbiting or circling those electrons, and again, they're moving near the speed of light, so that's why they're moving so fast. That's why we call it the electron cloud. Here are some characteristics of the subatomic particles that you need to know. One, you probably already know this, but the protons are actually pretty large particles in relationship to or in comparison to the electrons. So we would say that they are large subatomic particles, and they have a positive electrical charge. The neutrons, also inside the nucleus, or making up the nucleus, are also large particles, but they have a neutral or no charge. The electron cloud, once again, has characteristics of electrons moving near the speed of light. They are the smallest particle and do not give any mass to the atom. The mass of every atom comes from the protons and the neutrons, and the electrons have a negative charge. This is a very, very basic model of an atom. So a long time ago, a guy with the last name Bohr, he came up with this model of what the atom would look like. So this is called the Bohr model. If you'll notice, this is similar to what your wooden block looks like. So if you see the center of your wooden block, that's representing your nucleus. Your blue marble represents a proton, green represents your neutrons, and then your yellow marbles represent the electrons on the outside. So go ahead and take a second, put just a couple of the blue marbles in representing protons, a couple of green representing the neutrons, and a couple of yellow on the outside representing your electrons. Now, one thing you'll notice is that the electrons actually have these, what they're called layers. Going around the nucleus, there's actually a layer of electrons that we call the electron shell. And then there's a second layer of electrons that we call a second electron shell. This is the periodic table of elements. Every single one of these boxes represents a different kind of atom. And this periodic table is important because it actually tells me the structure of each atom. For example, let's take one of these boxes for the atom carbon. If I looked at one box in the periodic table, I would see a number on top, the element symbol or the atom's symbol, and the name of that atom, and a number on the bottom. Here's why this is important. The number on top is called the atomic number, and that is actually what tells me how many protons are in that atom. So for a carbon atom, a carbon has 6 protons in its nucleus. The number on bottom is called the atomic mass. Now, if you'll remember that the protons and neutrons are the largest particles, therefore, they are the ones that give mass to the atom. Electrons don't give any mass because they're too small. So the atomic mass number is the combined number of how many protons and neutrons are in the nucleus. So if this bottom number is 12, and I know that carbon has 6 protons, then I can tell that this atom also has 6 neutrons. The atomic number tells you how many protons are in the atom. The atomic mass tells you how many protons and neutrons are in the atom. Go ahead and make a quick model of the carbon atom. 6 protons in the inside, and then 6 neutrons as well. And when you're done with that, you can stop this video so that you can take the atom station practice quiz.